Shalom, 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 right? It's the brother Bakash from the Angels of Yahweh, right? Coming back with another lesson. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, right? And it's a beautiful topic that we're touching on today. The topic is work, right? Working in this truth, putting in some type of brick, because crazy thing about it is I'm going to give a small testimony before I start off. I recorded this video maybe 5 minutes ago, and it was a nice amount of video, and it was on mute, right? So I took it as Satan didn't want me to get the work across. He didn't want me to get the point across. So now here I am again, right back. We making this video and letting the spirit flow, right? And I feel like the video was great. I feel like the spirit was flowing. I feel like I was getting into it, right? I feel like I was touching topics and things, But Lord willing, all of that come back, right? Right? Because Satan try to deter you from this work, right? Satan try to do things to make you feel like, oh, man. Most people would have been like, man, it ain't work. I give up, man. I'll wait till next week. No. See, the work don't stop, man. The work don't stop. When Yahweh Shah walked the earth, his work didn't stop, man. Right? When Yahweh Shah started his work, he didn't stop. He didn't take his hand off the plow. Right? No matter what Satan threw at him, no matter if he was tired, no matter if he felt grievous at the nation, no matter the unbelievers, no matter what, he kept going, man. He kept putting in the work, man. Right? So I just want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, for that. Right? And I was able to even just go through that small thing and give you all a small testimony before I open up in this lesson. Right? So I'm going to start off with this, right? In the book of John, Yahweh Shah was speaking, Yahweh Shah healed a blind man. Right now, the scriptures is twofold because us as men, women of the Lord, even the children, right? When we go out and do the work, keep the commandments, right? When we have the faith, right? When we go out in the highways and byways, however the Lord compels us, whatever brick that we put in for the Lord, right? We're showing workmanship, right? To the blind. Because essentially we do this work for not only ourselves and our own salvation, but for the salvation of the elect, right? For the elect, for the 144,000 to wake up, and also the innumerable multitude spoken about in Revelation chapter 7 and 9 on down, right? So Yahweh Shah healed a blind man, right? And his answer was a beautiful answer. So how much more us who are going out to be laborers of this truth, workmanship of this truth, workswomen of this truth, right? Men, women, and children in this truth, right? Who are going out to wake up the blind, the spiritually blind, to heal them and give them the way. Show them that Yahweh Shah is the only way to the kingdom, right? That's a part of our works, right? That's a part of us being laborers, man. That's a part of us standing on our Father's business. You see what I'm saying? Right? This is the book of John, chapter 9 and verse 1. It says, as Yahweh Shah passed by, right? The word Jesus there, right, should be Yahweh Shah. That's why I say Yahweh Shah. And as Yahweh Shah passed by, right, he saw a man which was blind from his birth. And his disciples asked him, saying, Master, who did sin, this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Right? And we ask, when we out in the highways and byways, hey, you got to stay away from that sin because that sin is blinding you, man. Right? That sin is blinding you, man. Right? And even for those who walk righteously, already keeping the commandments already, and you got some people who keep commandments already unknowing. Right? So it's just all about the projectatory of how you speaking to a person on the highways and hedges, right? Because they can be a part of the blind. You got some people who know they're Israelites. You got some people who don't, right? But the disciples asked Yahweh Shah, what this man do or his parents did that he was born blind? But Yahweh Shah answered and said, neither hath this man sinned, nor his parents, but that the works of God should be made manifest in him. Right? So this man was put on earth as a blind man, just so when Yahweh Shah walked the earth, a part of his beautiful, marvelous works could be healing this man to show the power and glory that he was sent with from the Most High God above. Right? So the Lord may have a part of somebody in the elect blind in the world right now, just so you can be a vessel that he used to wake them up, just so your marvelous and miraculous work can be the reason why this man or woman or child becomes unblind spiritually, right? The Lord said they would do works, but greater than me, greater than I. So it's a beautiful thing the Lord chose us in these last days to be workmanship for him, worksmen for him, Salakia, right? And to show our workmanship through the Spirit, right? Verse 4, it says, I must work the works of him that sent me. That should be every brother's, sister's, and child's attitude. I must work the works of him that sent me. While it is day, the night cometh when no man can work. The night cometh when the prophets are not going to no longer be on the highways and byways preaching this gospel, giving out the work, doing the work, right? When the night cometh and perilous times are we facing those perilous times, persecution, Jacob's trouble, wisdom is getting plucked and rooted out the earth, right? So it's important for us to do the works now. The works of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, who sent us to do those works, as Yahweh Shah did. He said, I must work the works of him that sent me. Not I choose to when I want to. He said, I must do it. Right? That's that fire burning in the spirit, man. Verse 5. It says, as long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world. Right? So all praise honor go to the Most High God, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Shah was the light of the world that the Most High God sent down for the nation, man. Right? And now us, since Yahweh Shah is not here right now, right? He making us the light, right? That's why our light should be shining. We should be that aura for the truth, for the unbelievers and for the believers, man. We should be the example, how Yahweh Shah was, the perfect example, right? We should be those sacrificial lambs, presenting our bodies as a living sacrifice, compelling them on the highways and hedges to come in and bidding them to the marriage, right? Because that's what Yahweh Shah did, man. Yahweh Shah healed the blind by doing the works. So how much more you, by going out on the highways and hedges, putting in some form of brick, some form of work, putting up shots in this truth, healing the blind spiritually. For the Most High God, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. Right? You think Kobe got great at being at one of the greatest basketball players ever, or Michael Jordan, the greatest to ever do it? You think they got great by just not putting in no work at all? Right? The Lord got you put in the exact amount of work that he wants you to need you to put in, right? For the elect's sake, right? For your salvation's sake. You may not be the deepest brother, right? You may, the Lord, every brother has his talent. The Lord puts on you what he sees best fit for you to wake up somebody who's not woken up, or to exhort in his truth. The Lord gave you a talent. You ain't got to stress yourself half to death figuring out, trying to figure out why I ain't got the greatest and deepest, darkest breakdowns, and why woo and so forth and so on. Right? The Lord said, pray for these things then. Right? We're gonna bring out all of those scriptures. The Lord said, pray for these things, man. You just put in the work that you gotta put in it for you to get better. For you to go out and wake up the elect, for you to do something. So when you stand before Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, you can say, I tried. I put in work, some form of work, Lord, Adawan, right? Father, Abba, right? I put in some type of brick when you called upon me. I answered the phone, right? And I did what you told me to do to the best of my ability that you was giving me, right? Let me get this. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 3. It says, commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established. Commit your works to the Lord, meaning commit yourself to this truth. Commit yourself to the scriptures. Commit yourself to the brotherhood. Commit yourself in ways that you didn't think that you can be committed. Dedicate yourself, right? Find your purpose in this truth, right? Commit yourself to go out on the highways and hedges and wake up the elect if that's what your spirit is yearning for you to do. You got some men who aren't prophets. You got some men who got faith, and by their faith, they have works, and their works are justified through their faith, right? You got some men who are prophets, who are compelled to go out on the highways and hedges, who spirit, it burns them if they don't go, right? The Lord put on you what you are supposed. You got your assignment, man. Your assignment was already predestined. You just got to go play your lot and put in the work, some form of work. Don't let it just don't let time go by and you look up and you never did nothing for the Lord. Go do something. Go do something. right? When you build a house, right? It's a foundation that got to be built, right? It's cement that got to be laid. It's walls that got to be built. It's a roof that got to be roofing that has to be put in place. Windows have to be installed, right? You don't have to be the guy that built the whole entire house, but be a part of the body to put in some form of work for that building. That's what Yahweh Shah was saying, right? Spiritually, right? Be a vessel unto me when I call you to put in the work for my elect, for my children, right? And for yourself, for your own salvation's sake. That's why I called you. I didn't call you just for you to fall by the wayside and give up and just lay down, right? The Lord didn't call us for that, man. He called us for a greater and deeper purpose, man. All right? This is the book of Matthew chapter 11 and verse 28. It says, come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest, man. Right? Because the laborers, we get heavy laden with the ways of life. Constant attacks from Satan, right? And the moment you slip up, there go your accuser. Your accuser goes to the Lord, the Most High God. I told you, if you let me burden him with mental thoughts and physical pain and household being in disarray, if you let me take something from him, if you let me destroy something around him, I told you, if you let me put my hands on him, right? He'll forsake you. He'll stop being a man of the Lord. He'll give up on his truth. Right? The Lord say, come unto me, all you that labor and are heavy laden, man. Why do you think we go through the most things in this truth, man? Right? Why do you think we so heavy laden in this truth, man? Hearts are burdened, man. Right? Because it's all a test, man. Right? Will you endure and will you keep that works until the end, man? Right? Will you keep going? Will you call upon the Lord, man? Will you still go out on the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, even when Satan is on your body and mind, telling you don't go, making you feel sick so you don't want to go, right? Destroying things around you so you want to give up, right? Who gonna win the battle in that time? Or you gonna say, I'm gonna get up anyway and go put in the work for the Lord, man? I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna go on the highways and hedges. I'm gonna tell somebody at work. I can be at the ice cream parlor. I'm whatever I'm doing. I can be at Walmart, and I'm gonna be at a conversation and have a beautiful conversation, because conversation rules a nation. I'm gonna have a beautiful conversation. I'm gonna incorporate the Lord in it, in His gospel, in His truth, man. It's so many ways to put in work and put in a brick for this truth, man. Right? You don't want the accuser to be like, look, I told you. It's going forth before the Lord, accusing you of giving up on His truth, man. Accusing you of falling out of His truth, man. Right? Let your works abound and your faith be bold, man, for the Lord. Right? This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 55 and verse 6. It says, seek the Lord while He may be found. Right? That's a part of your work, seeking Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. It says, call on Him while He is near. Let the wicked forsake their ways and the unrighteous their thoughts. Let them turn to the Lord, and He will have mercy on them. And to our God, He will freely pardon. So you going out on the highways and hedges compelling somebody who is in an unrighteous spirit or unrighteous mind frame to come back to this truth as a part of your work, right? And to forsake their ways. You think the Lord just bypassing that? Like the Lord don't see that and what you doing? You think the Lord is going to just going to look at you and say, yeah, whatever with him? Nah, man, your works is not in vain, man. The Lord see all things that you do, man. Your work means something, man. You're a part of the building. You're a part of this temple, right? The nation, the body, right? Whatever you do is important. You got people who ain't doing nothing at all. That verse, that chapter you read today was a part of your work. That put you ahead of so many other millions of people on earth. Making a video today puts you in front of so many more millions of people on earth. Going out on the highways and hedges puts you in front of so many other people on earth because you're doing some form of work that they don't even want to do. That the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, called you to do, man. Seeing you faithful, seeing you a minister, seeing you worthy to do the works, man. Right? The Lord is beautiful, man. All right, this is the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 10. It says, by the grace of God, I am what I am. So by the grace of God, I got the talents that the Most High God gave me to be successful in this truth. I am who I am, and I'm not going to be who I'm not. Right? I'm going to put in as much work as I can with the gifts and talents that I have. Right? It says, and his grace, which he bestowed upon me, was not in vain. It says, but I labor more abundantly than they all. I may not be the deepest brother. I may not be the greatest brother, but I put some work in. That's the mentality you got to have. That's what they call a killer's mentality. I put some work in for the Lord this week, man. Right? I put some work in this week for the Lord. Whatever the work may have been. Flyer duty, video, highways and hedges, work, ice cream parlor, cell phone store. It don't matter. I put some form of work in because a lot of people ain't doing it. Right? I kept some commandment this week. Oh, I made sure I ain't eat no pork. Oh, I made sure I didn't do this. I made sure I wasn't a whoremonger, adulterer, or murderer, or whatever the situation may be. But it's a beautiful thing to know that you put some work in. It's a comfortable thing to know that you put some form of work in for the Lord, man. Because the Lord is watching. The angels is watching. Right? Versus the people who have no care in the world. Their works is just drinking all day, partying all day, clubbing all day, being out in the sun, being around men, women, being promiscuous. That's the works of the world. So the work of the Lord is not even a thought for them. But you thought about Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You thought about the elect. You thought about your own salvation. You thought about the brotherhood, the sisterhood, the children. You thought about the nation and put in some form of work. You think the Lord just bypassing that, man? God forbid, man. Right? The why did Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai for making me able enough to put in some form of work for this truth? It says, I labor more abundantly than they all, yet not I, but by the grace of God which was within me. He said, it wasn't even by the grace of God that was within me, I labor more. The Most High God put it on my spirit to labor more. He gave me the opportunity and the ability to labor, to work for this truth, to do something for this truth. It wasn't by my grace. It was by the grace of God I was able to do so. It's by the grace of God I'm able to open my mouth and speak to the nation. Speak and make this video. Right? Heal somebody. Wake up somebody of the elect, maybe, potentially. Right? You may be that guy to wake up the 144,000 men. Man. You may be that guy or gal, right? Or child to wake up the last person that was needed to be woke up before the kingdom come. You was able to be a vessel for the Lord. You was able to put in some type of form of work and it counted. You put up a shot and it went in. You drained it from 3. All net. No backboard. Because the Lord gave you the mercy and grace to do so. Versus those who was called and they still don't want to come into the marriage. They still don't want to put no work in. They still don't care about what the Lord said do. Right? Hey, the Lord is beautiful, man. Right? This is the book of Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. It says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present yourself, or present your bodies as a living sacrifice, wholly acceptable unto God, which is a reasonable service. That's your service, man. Yahweh Shai did all these. He presented himself as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto the Most High God, as his reasonable service, man. And look who he was able to save the nation. He was able to bid the nation back to the Most High God. Our mediator, man. Our big brother, man. Our king. Right? Because he put the work in. He didn't stop going to and fro, doing the work of the Lord. Through temptation, persecution, right? Through demons, through troubles, through catastrophe, spit on, humiliation, wanting to give up, right? Ain't no telling how many times that Yahweh Shai wanted to give. Hey, here's an account when Yahweh Shai was in the Garden of Gethsemane, man. And he was praying to the Most High God to cut past from him, man. Anxiety probably through the roof, right? Knowing a big moment coming up, knowing that he can't choke, right? Knowing that he's about to go through pain and persecution and suffering, and still being able to walk and with his chest out, chin up, and say, I'm going to do it for my people. Come on, man. Ain't no work greater than that, man. Ain't no work greater than that, man. How would I say this? Do greater works than me. So how much more you chose in the last days to be a vessel to wake up the elect, man? How much more you a vessel to do some form of work to help heal somebody or unblind somebody that's blind spiritually? Man, the Lord chose you for a beautiful time. Your work is far beyond rubies and gold, man. Your work is going to be talked about from in the kingdom to come. Your work is going to get you a throne and a crown potentially. I don't want, Lord willing, I don't want to write the Zah. Your work is going to save your family, save yourself, save your brotherhood, save somebody from the elect. Right? Because you wouldn't present yourself as a living sacrifice on the highways and hedges, man. You wouldn't put the work in some way, shape, or form for this truth. You caught upon the names of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. You fed the sheep to the best of your ability. You used whatever talent you was given, and you used it. You cashed it in. Right? Come on, man. The work is beautiful. Beautiful. Some form of work is beautiful. But then instead of not working at all, you got people who go to the gym. They work for the body they want, man. Right? You got people who go to work. They work for the money they need to feed their children. Right? You got people who put in work and study to be RNs, registered nurses, and they go to CDL school and put the work in and learn how to drive a truck for the reward, man. It's not just for vain. It's not to say, oh, I know how to drive a truck. No, you driving that truck, you becoming that nurse, right? It heightens your status. It heightens your money profit. It heightens who you are. It heightens the things around you, the people around you. Your work is magnified through the Lord, man. Right? This is Matthew 9:37. Then saith unto his disciples, the harvest is truly plenteous, but the laborers are few. Right? The harvest is speaking about the elect, man. It's plenteous. It's a lot of people that need to be woke up. The gospel should be preached to the four corners of the ends of the earth, throughout the four winds, before Yahweh shall come back. We need laborers, man. We need people to come out. Teach this truth. Walk in this truth. Be about this truth. Live in this truth. Right? Not be a parrot, a liar, a deceiver, right? A hypocrite. But do it to the best of your ability through the grace of the Most High God, man. Because the harvest is plenteous, man. Right? There's brothers out here who sacrifice their whole life for this truth, man. Are you going to be that person? You going to be that guy, that gal? Is your workmanship going to win in the end? Right? Verse 38. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest, that he will send forth laborers into the harvest. Pray that you become a vessel using this truth, man. Pray that you become one of those to wake up somebody in the elect. Pray that you get a brotherhood that's so mighty and strong that can't nothing break it. Pray that your household becomes so mighty and strong that Satan can't come crashing through it. Right? Pray for your mental, your mind, your body, your soul. Pray that you're able to withstand the trials and the wiles of the devil who's coming to break you, who go forth and seeketh whom he may destroy, who croucheth as a lion croucheth. He don't want you to do this work. He wants you to go fall by the wayside and say, look, man, I told you he was going to give up on you, man. I told you she was going to give up on you in a time of trouble. When times got heavy laden, she crumbled. He crumbled. That child crumbled. No, pray that the Lord bring more laborers to the harvest, man, that you got a better and bigger brotherhood and sisterhood for this truth, and that your children are covered and protected in this truth, man. It's a lot of work to be done, man. Will you put in the work? That's the major question. Will you put in the work? Right? I'm going to get this last one, man. It's the book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 23. And the Lord saith unto the servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that my house may be filled, man. It's a commandment. This not just no ultimatum. The Lord say to my servant, go out into the highways and hedges and compel them to come in. I mean, I'm telling you to go out. Go put some work in, man. Go shoot. Go get in the gym and put them shots up. Because there's somebody out there who needs you on a pick and roll. There's somebody out there who needs that assist. Will you put the work in, man? Right? Will you go out to the highways and hedges and compel them to come in, that the Lord's house may be filled? Is that going to be you? Is your workmanship going to bring forth the light? Right, so with that, I want to give all praise. I'm going to go to the Most High God, Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai. Right, Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.